I specifically asked that you be sworn, given the swirl of accusations that are flowing around from senior government officials as to who retained GCStratagies. So you were sworn because now this attracts criminal code consideration. I understand you have a lawyer, sir, and that would be very prudent for you to do that. But there are provisions in the criminal code that penalize perjury, deliberately giving misleading evidence, which, if founded, if there's a finding of guilt, proof beyond a reasonable doubt, could land a witness in prison for up to 14 years. So you've got both of those issues to contend with, but I say that not to intimidate. I say that not to concern you. I say that not to force you to clam up and consider your instructions from legal counsel. I say that because, sir, I want to give you a safe place in this committee. There were a lot of accusations hurled at you by Mr. Cameron MacDonald, and I have some serious reservations regarding his truthfulness with respect to those accusations. So this is your opportunity, Mr. Doan, to finally set the record straight. So he, on a number of occasions, has accused you that, notwithstanding his position as Director General of Innovation, this particular ArriveCan app surely would fall within his mandate as an innovative product. He's accused you of selecting GCStratagies.
Two options were presented to my superior, then Vice President and Chief Information Officer Min Doan. Min Doan specifically rejected the Deloitte as an option. Deloitte had in fact been my preference. As a result of the direction given to proceed by Mr. Doan, GCStratagies was recommended to the contracting authority.
You, on the other hand, sir, when you testified on October the 24th, 2023, not once, but I counted it on 4 different occasions over the course of that 2-hour meeting, questions from numerous members of this committee from all political stripes claimed that you still don't know who ultimately selected GCStratagies. And in fact, you even went so far to say you've been trying to find the answer for close to a year. You used references to my team made that decision, but then your team consists of 1,600 employees. That doesn't make sense. Then you narrowed that down to potentially 6 director generals. I narrowed that down to Cameron MacDonald, who's largely responsible for innovation. So we have numerous competing theories as to who chose GCStratagies. And I can understand. I think Canadians can understand why no one wants to take ownership. This is a 2-person consulting firm that doesn't produce a product, that doesn't operate out of a brick-and-mortar entity, largely works out of their basement, and has, over the course of a number of years, but in relation to ArriveCan, hit the taxpayer lottery. $9 million for doing nothing other than finding professionals to do the work. It's a pretty good gig. I bet you there are millions of Canadians who would love that opportunity. So I can understand why you and others who've testified don't want to be attached to this particular company who is under police investigation. So I've got about 1.5 minutes, sir. I'm going to have numerous opportunities to question you in the course of 2 hours. But I'm going to give you this opportunity to give me the straight goods. Was Mr. MacDonald lying to this committee as he's accused you of?
Thank you for the chair. The question that I was asked at committee and that I answered truthfully was who picked GCStratagies. As I said in my opening statement, I chose a direction to in-house. In there, in the material I found, there's no evidence that that decision was tied to a particular company. I stand behind that decision. That decision allowed us to build ArriveCan. That decision allowed us to build over 2.5 years of changes as the pandemic evolved.
Mr. Doan, I'm going to stop you right there. I got 30 seconds. Please answer the question. was Mr. McDonald lying to committee on November the 7th, 2023, when he placed the entire responsibility for that decision to hire GCStratagies at your lap? Was he lying or was he telling the truth?
Mr. McDonald said that I made the decision. I did make a decision, to be clear. I made a decision on a technical direction. Also in evidence, and as posted on the Globe and Mail, in his own handwriting, he writes, I did not make that decision, nor was I even familiar with the company.
Thank you, gentlemen.